this is the way I feel with proceeding, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, thank you. Rich, you had a comment?
Yes, I think we ought to, follow suit as far as the library goes on what, West Homestead is doing. For the reason, the people did vote for it, that, give that money to the library, and I can't see us cutting ourselves short, for that reason.
Well, can I answer you on that? The predicament that we face here is that, we advertised, an ordinance, several ordinances. One was the tax ordinance. We advertised the budget. We have a timeline set up that, should we not pass a tax ordinance tonight, we're gonna have to wait, in order to pass it and to pass a balanced budget. We're ready to go with Jordan Tax, printing our bills. Our tax bills are gonna go out the first week of February. We have an ordinance advertised to extend our, discount another 1% from 2% to 3% if people pay their tax bill by March 1st. We will be voting tonight, whether or not to advertise for a tan line. We don't know if we're gonna get that tan line. We may get it from a private investor, national group, whoever. But if we don't, and we don't have our tax millage ordinance passed, we can't go to Jordan Tax Service till mid-February, which means we can't get tax revenue in early, which means we will have to have layoffs. And that's the predicament that we're in right now, is that we have to pass a budget, a balanced budget, a framework, or we're gonna run out of money. So,
But it was in the budget earlier, you guys took it out. The 1/3, we could have dropped that down to 1/3,
you didn't ask for 1/3, or you asked for 1 mil, and
well, nothing
we
was said,
voted no,
nothing
it was a
was said,
4-3
hey,
vote.
let's make it 1/3 and just cover that part. And, I think I mentioned that.
Thank you. Anything else, Rich?
No, that's all I got.
Anybody else? Rob?
How much wiggle room do we have in this budget? I mean, I know it's a balanced budget. I mean, last meeting we said there's 36,000, I think we're a little concerned about. I think 36,000 is not enough for an emergency happens, extremely continuing bad winter, or the dispatchers are here after April 1st.
Several things have happened since then. The recycling company that we take our recyclables to, went bankrupt. We used to at least anticipate a trickle of money coming in from them. That's probably not gonna be the case for some time. We've talked to state senators and state legislators already about the lack of a place to haul recyclables. That's gonna cost us more money. We didn't necessarily plan and budget for that. Who could have known? We have, maybe more overtime and more salt than we would have anticipated by this time. But, further review of the budget, we did leave a little bit of fat in there. We didn't budget the same amount of earned income tax as we received last year by nearly 10%. We have no rainy day fund here. We should probably have upwards of $500,000 in a rainy day fund so that we could forecast at 95 or 98% of last year's earned income tax. And if it falls short of that, we have something to fall back on. We have no fallback. However, that said, we only budgeted about 90% of the earned income tax. That's potentially another $100,000. But, the stock market dropped 500 points in 2 days. So it's tough to forecast that. We moved very quickly to put this budget together and balance it. But one thing we did notice is that the liquid fuel tax money's not in there, but we know it's gonna come in to the tune of in excess of $100,000, probably closer to 150. So there is fat in there.
I have to echo Rich's sentiments about the tax increase. We did put in a 1 mil increase, and, everything was status quo, no layoffs, and everything. But maybe a 1 mil isn't necessary, but I still believe, you know, a little bit of necessary to get 100,000, maybe a third of a mil would bring $100,000 in, which could help us out.
Well, in retrospect, I don't necessarily disagree with you, except now we're up against the wall and we need to pass a balanced budget and a tax ordinance so that we can get this money in, so we're not laying people off.
Well, there was never nothing said when that was done. I never knew that they took that completely out of the budget till I got a piece of paper and it wasn't in there. We didn't have a discussion on there to take it down to 1/3 of a mil.
Rich,
Or whatever
we had a budget meeting, there was.
Yeah,
there
we
were
agreed to
30
go
people
with
there.
1 mil, and that was the end of it.
No, we had a budget meeting after that.
But it was agreed to go 1 mil.
No, it
We
was
never had a
not
budget
passed.
meeting to say,
It was
hey,
passed
let's,
in December, Mr. Brennan reopened it according with the laws of the state of Pennsylvania, and now we have a proposed budget on the table. We don't have a proposed budget that has a third of a mil or a half a mil, we have this budget. And if we don't pass it, we're gonna run out of money, we gotta do massive layoff. So, I don't know what to say.
Dan, please. The items for, dispatchers themselves, as I calculate what it was, what it is now, and what it was, is probably $173,000 difference. I, feel it can be very easily covered by selling the number 3 fire hall, which I don't know, somebody mentioned the price on it. Is that true, Boomer? The price that, they mentioned for number 3 fire hall. How much is it, do you know? I thought you
Did we
told
get
me.
an estimate?
No, we never had, I mean,
We never had.
Well, somebody meant, okay, last meeting, somebody.
the county, I think the county assessment's 120,000, 130,000? 130. So we're going by that, Mayor, county assessment.
Well, just with that one item there, plus any other adjustments I have, 70,000, I mean, more than covering the shortcomings to keep these guys on. And that's where I'm coming from, I want everybody to be clear, and if everybody would please, as I said, say what you want, I'll be glad to sit with you and tell you my side of the story, and